In late 2023, Argentina made headlines around the world by rejecting an invitation to join the influential BRICS bloc, a move that surprised many international observers and analysts. This decision signaled a dramatic and unexpected shift in the country's foreign policy, raising questions about Argentina's future alliances and global strategy. The invitation, extended at the BRICS summit in Johannesburg, was initially celebrated by President Alberto Fernandez's government. They saw it as a valuable opportunity to diversify Argentina's international partnerships, strengthen economic ties with emerging powers, and reduce the nation's reliance on Western institutions like the IMF and World Bank. But the election of Javier Milei, a self-described anarcho-capitalist and political outsider, changed everything almost overnight. Milei campaigned vigorously on a platform of aligning Argentina with the United States and Western democracies, making it clear he did not want closer ties with China, Russia, or other BRICS members. One of his first acts as president was to formally withdraw Argentina from the BRICS accession process, declaring in a public statement that joining the bloc was not the right path for the country's future. This move was more than just a policy change. It was a bold and clear ideological statement about where Argentina sees itself in the shifting landscape of global power. While the previous administration viewed BRICS as a pragmatic opportunity for economic growth and international cooperation, Milei's government saw it as fundamentally incompatible with Argentina's new direction and values. With this decisive move, Argentina has firmly positioned itself as an ally of the West, choosing to stand with the US and Europe amid intensifying global competition and a rapidly changing world order. To understand Argentina's decision, we need to look at BRICS itself. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, was formed to amplify the voice of emerging economies and challenge Western dominance in global institutions. Together, these nations represent over 40% of the world's population and a growing share of global GDP. Their goal, reduce dependence on the US dollar and create alternative financial systems like the New Development Bank and the BRICS Bridge Payment Platform. BRICS also seeks to act as a counterweight to the G7, pushing for reforms in the UN and other global bodies. The bloc's ambitions are both economic and political, aiming to give the global South more influence. For many, BRICS represents a challenge to the US-led order and a push for a more multipolar world. Argentina's rejection of BRICS is a rejection of this alternative vision. Javier Milei's election marked a sharp break from Argentina's previous foreign policy. Milei is a staunch free market advocate who sees Argentina's future with the US and Israel, not with China or Russia. He rejected BRICS on ideological grounds, calling its members autocracies, incompatible with Argentina's new values. Instead, Milei is prioritizing closer ties with Washington, betting on long-term economic and political benefits. The previous government had tried to balance East and West, but Milei dismantled this approach. He insists Argentina will trade with all countries, but won't join political alliances that clash with his principles. This pivot ends Argentina's era of balancing between great powers. The country has chosen a side in the new global divide. For Milei, the message is clear. Argentina stands with the West. While Argentina stepped back, BRICS surged forward with its biggest expansion yet. In January 2024, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia joined the bloc, transforming it into BRICS+. This expansion boosts BRICS's economic and political clout, especially with the addition of major energy producers and strategic nations. Dozens of other countries are now seeking membership, reflecting widespread frustration with the Western-led global order. For many in the global South, BRICS offers a platform to amplify their interests and challenge Western dominance. The inclusion of sanctioned countries like Iran signals BRICS' independence from US policy. With more members, BRICS now represents an even larger share of the world's population and resources. The bloc is pushing harder for reforms in global institutions and building alternative financial systems. Despite internal differences, BRICS's expansion marks its evolution into a formidable geopolitical force. The rapid rise of BRICS as a global economic force hasn't gone unnoticed in Washington, where policymakers are increasingly concerned about America's position in the world. After President Trump's 2024 re-election, the United States doubled down on its America First agenda, reviving a tough stance on trade and targeting BRICS nations with a new wave of aggressive tariffs. In 2025, the US imposed steep tariffs on steel, aluminum, and a wide range of other goods imported from BRICS members. The administration argued these measures were necessary to protect American industries, safeguard jobs, and punish economic rivals who threatened US interests. The White House also warned of even harsher tariffs if BRICS moved forward with plans for a common currency designed to rival the US dollar's dominance in global trade and finance. While these measures inflicted real pain on BRICS economies, they also had an unintended effect, pushing the bloc's members closer together. Facing external pressure, BRICS leaders called for greater unity, increased internal trade, and deeper cooperation. Across the global south, many see US tariffs as yet another example of American unilateralism and economic bullying. For some, this has made China and the BRICS bloc more attractive partners, promising a more balanced and multipolar world order. The escalating trade war has deepened the global divide, with economic tools and sanctions now at the heart of geopolitical competition. Markets are volatile, and uncertainty is the new normal. The US remains determined to defend the dollar's dominance at all costs, but its increasingly aggressive tactics may be fueling the very opposition and resistance it seeks to contain, both at home and abroad. Around the world, governments and citizens alike are watching closely as these economic battles reshape alliances, redraw the map of global power, and set the stage for a new era of competition. Despite BRICS' push for de-dollarization, the US dollar's dominance remains unshaken for now. The dollar is still the world's primary currency for trade, investment, and reserves, involved in nearly 90% of global forex transactions. No other currency matches the dollar's stability, liquidity, and global trust. Even within BRICS, there's no consensus on a true alternative. Proposals for a common currency face skepticism and practical hurdles. Expert reports confirm the dollar's supremacy isn't under immediate threat. China's yuan, for example, is limited by capital controls, making it unattractive as a global reserve. BRICS' realistic goal is to build parallel systems, like BRICS Bridge, to reduce, not replace, dollar dependence. These efforts chip away at the edges of the dollar system, but don't threaten its core. For now, the dollar's reign endures, even as challengers gather. Argentina's rejection of BRICS is a defining moment in a world splitting into rival camps. This decision marks a significant pivot in global alliances, reflecting deeper geopolitical currents. By siding with the US and the West, Argentina bets on the established order, even as more nations look to BRICS for a new path. This choice underscores Argentina's commitment to its traditional allies, despite the shifting global dynamics. The global landscape is fracturing, the US-led system on one side, a rising BRICS Plus on the other. This division is becoming more pronounced, with each side vying for influence and strategic advantage. America's aggressive tariffs have sharpened this divide, sometimes pushing countries closer to China and BRICS. These economic measures are not just about trade, they are reshaping global alliances and economic strategies. The effectiveness of this strategy is uncertain, but it's raising the stakes in the contest for global influence. Nations are now more cautious, weighing their options in this high-stakes game of global politics. Argentina's choice is symbolic of the decisions facing nations everywhere: stick with the familiar, or join a rising coalition seeking to rewrite the rules. This decision will have long-term implications for its future. The unipolar era is fading, a new, more complex chapter is beginning. This transition is marked by uncertainty and the potential for significant change in global power structures. Argentina has chosen its side, but the story of this new world order is still unfolding. The decisions made today will shape the geopolitical landscape for years to come.